Okay, Steve.
Um, like Iris, not imitating, given my goals earlier, OGX as well. Since I would like to stabilize the organization, OGX is one of the best ways to do that. And then OGX is also one of the um, easiest for sign-ups. And like what Iris said, our servicing still needs work, and incoming would cost us more expenses. So OGX. And um, based on the survey that I helped accomplish under Gino, um, some Asians prefer to go than, well, yeah, it's an outgoing exchange survey. So a lot of the Asians prefer to go abroad, but the only thing that hinders them is their um, academic obligations, because some colleges require that they go take summer classes. So we're going to have to work on that. But basically, OGX.
I'm not also copying, but my focus, most of my numbers would go for OGCDP. Kasi it's time for us Filipinos to create impact to the society, especially to the other countries. It's time for ISEC UST to be relevant in ISEC in the Philippines and ISEC in the whole world, and also it's also time for ISEC Philippines to contribute to the the impact that we want to create in the world. And aside from that, yun nga, as Iris said a while ago, it will actually contribute to the financial sustainability of our organization. Because as we all know, by having OGX realization, it's very sustainable in our part, especially it's our cash cow and it gives us financial sustainability.
Next question from Laila.
I remember there were two good questions we were asked to our presidents during the local elections. So the first question is, what is your competitive advantage, or what is your leadership style that is distinct from the other candidates? And the second question is, for example, you were not going to run as candidate, and you were sitting here, and you were going to choose who would be the next president of ISEC. The other two candidates would be. And please don't say something like abstain or I'll be absent that day.
I don't think you can ask the second question.
Okay,
So the first question.
Can I modify the second question? Can you endorse the other?
So to clarify, first we will be enumerating our distinct characteristics. Sorry, competitive advantage, and to try and endorse the other. Alright.
Then just pick one. Just pick one.
Yung differentiate na lang yourself.
So
the final
Wait,
question.
well, what's the final question?
The first one.
So yes, competitive advantage and leadership style.
okay, leadership style.
Okay. It's me being people-oriented because, I think it's one way of you getting your members stay for any organization. Because once you establish that connection with them, they will always go back to you and they will always talk to you, and that's something that is really priceless. That's really something that, hindi siya ganong hindi lahat ng leaders ay may ganong characteristic, and I think that would be my best competitive advantage. And for what's the second? My leadership style is I get consensus with people, with my coaches, my peers. I think it's not kasi I have this tendency to become indecisive. But I think it's not a bad thing. It's just making sure that everyone's okay with the plan, with the decision, so that everyone, kumbaga, there will be no conflict at the end because it's everyone's decision. Everyone decided for it, and everyone, kumbaga, they place themselves for that decision.
Iris.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna be repeating myself, sorry, but it's really, my competitive advantage is I don't like being idle. Like, I always want to be doing something, which is why execution is a big deal for me. So it actually shows with my background na the only time I was idle was the first sem in UST where everyone else was not doing anything else or allocating class. So it didn't last long. Eventually, I couldn't handle not doing anything, so I did something. And I think that's what I can contribute to the LC. I always want something to be in operation. And I guess my leadership style would be, I'm very hands-on. For example, when I delegate, I'm very hands-on. I want to know if this task that I delegate is actually helping the member also. Is it in line with the member's goals? Like, for example, a real person example is Camilla. For example, I got her from PM, and I made her do project management work, which she was really good at. But eventually, I made her go back to doing PM work because that's really what she wanted. So I try to customize the JD with the person's own goals.
For me, my competitive advantage would be understanding the essence of things. I just do. Whenever there's a problem that comes up, I just try to talk to the people involved and I try to make sure that I understand the current situation. I've been doing this ever since. I always talk to people when there's problems, but I find it harder for me to talk to the people of the higher position. My leadership style would probably be that I'm a listener. I like to listen, in as much as I'd like to talk when it comes to finding out the essence. So I listen to people, different people. In coming up with this plan, it was with my plan for ISAC 2013-2014. I did not only consult with the leaders, but I consulted with the members as well. What they were thinking and what they understood of what ISAC USC is and what they know of it. So I believe that that's my leadership style, that I try to understand things and implement the problems that implement the solutions that we come up with. Thank you.
Anthony.
Hi guys. Nationally, UST is always seen as an LC na has so much untapped potential. You know, large market, high potential people, and whatever, so on. In 1 year, if elected as LCP, how would you want Isaac, the rest of Isaac in the Philippines, to see Isaac UST? What should people be saying about your LC? What should people think about your LC? Please cite specific parts of your plan that would help you get to that image.
Okay. So what I want ISAC Philippines to see ISAC USC as would be similar to how they see us now, as I've presented earlier, that we're doing great, we're efficiently operating, and that we're able to execute the different things that we're able to meet the goals and expectations of other people. However, I would also like to kick that up a notch, and try to make sure that as the LC stabilizes and maintains operations, we're able to also execute the ISAC operations the ISAC way. And that we're the LC who works and not only the LC who stands by.
For me, it goes with my organizational development focus, which is the better TM and TL programs. Because for me, if we're going to provide a quality TM and TL programs to our members, then they will become motivated. And that spirit of motivation, I guess, it's something that you cannot take away from someone. Like, for example, if these people would become self-motivated, they won't be needing the power of others to motivate them. Meaning, they can work on their own. So, meaning, parang USC has a large untapped potential. Like, for example, in terms of exchanges, whatever. But if we have motivated members who are more than willing to do their functions, maybe that would really be a big thing for our image in the national network. Motivated Tomas and ICTers.
For me, it's simple. I just want to be known as the LC that grew. Because I know the stories of the big LCs now and how they were before, and I think you can really relate UST now to how the big LCs were before. So I want to be known as the LC that did a lot of initiatives, succeeded some and failed some, but in the end got the results it wanted, or got close to the results that it wanted. Basically, you can see that in my goals. I really made them big. I want the LC members to aim high, and of course, I don't want to lose the image we have now. That lots of people went to the NLDC. I still want that to happen, and I don't want to lose the image of what's that other one? I don't want to lose the image of how our members are also involved in the national initiatives. I still want that to happen. Basically, I want the legacy to be we were the LC that optimized all the programs and got it to grow.
Okay, for all of you, sige, you mentioned how you want ICT to be seen. But again, can you try and concretize this more by citing specific parts of your plans? Can you cite at least one that would help you attain that image of ICT?
For all of us. Given my platform, since that would be to stabilize the operations, I believe that we would be, if it is successfully executed, I believe that ISAC in the Philippines will be able to see our LC as what I mentioned earlier. Sample of stabilizing would be generating enough income and being able to support our incoming exchange, and as well as being able to financially sustain ourselves throughout the entire school year. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I answered your question kanina. I went specific with my Better TM and Team Leader programs. And to add to that na lang, is streamlining the operation. It's rethinking, reevaluating of the current processes of the department, and then standardizing, maturing it, growing it until we upscale it. Because for me, a member would not be motivated if he or she doesn't know what she's doing, what is the function of his or her department, and what's her role in that department. So maybe if there will be standardized processes in each department, and we have better motivation programs to our TM and TS, therefore we can establish that image that ISAC UST is producing self-motivated ISACers.
I think to get the growth that I envision for the LC, it's gonna depend also on putting the right people in the right job. For example, if you really want to upscale OGX, you have to get people who know their market, preferably people from that market. So if ever, the most concrete I can tell you right now is from my focus area, exchange culture, and from the strategy realignment through restructuring, where we put more effort into allocating the right way and making sure all members, all positions are filled with the right skilled people.